The views expressed are not necessarily those of KSCJ and Powell Broadcasting Company. This program is not intended to replace the advice of doctors or other clinical providers. Consult with your practitioner to ensure the proper course of action for you.
Welcome to When Things Aren't Going Well on AM 1360, FM 94.9 KSCJ. This program is dedicated to your mental health wellness and brought to you by Family Services, a United Way partner agency. Here's your host, Art Silva.
Good morning, Siouxland, and welcome to When Things Aren't Going Well. This show is all about your mental health, brought to you by Boys and Girls Home, serving the Siouxland community since 1894. Today, our guests are Joanne Keene and Lisa Corbett, certified yoga instructors from Breathe Yoga, and we're going to discuss the benefits of yoga. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning, Art.
Well, it's good to have you here again, and we've been doing this. This is maybe our third or fourth show, so let's give us a little background on yourselves before we get into Breathe and what Breathe's all about. Why don't you go first, Joanne?
Yes, good morning. Today we're just talking about yoga. And I invite, just go and try it. Yoga is, someone thinking that yoga is kind of workout. Yes, it could be a workout, but it's distinguished from the other practice. Yoga also is a work-in.
I like that.
With the mental, calm your mental, your mind, your body, and with discipline practice.
Do you have to be, I love that, Joanne. And I mean, we've talked about this for years. And now you're a certified yoga instructor, and you have your partner here, Lisa Corbett. So, Lisa, give us a little background on yourself.
Yes, well, I've been practicing for, almost 15 years, I would say. And I've just found so many benefits, body and soul, like Joanne says, so beneficial to find that quiet, that stillness, but also moving the physical body, which just has so many benefits, balance and just flexibility. So I really do feel it's body and soul workout, and also the community. We love, other yogis to join us and just build a nice, safe community.
You bring up a good point. This has probably been the best kept secret in Siouxland, and that Breathe Yoga. It's up at the Family Services building on the new Jenny Peterson Behavior Health Campus, and it's a free will donation. We really want folks to come in and get used to yoga and the benefits that it brings. So let's talk about some of those benefits. But before we do that, I just want to get rid of maybe a misnomer that I have. It seems like when you run into some people that have been doing yoga, is one of the obstacles for me is the fact that they've been there for so long doing it, and when you come into the class, you feel like a fifth wheel, and you got a lot of catching up to do, and you're never going to get to the position where some of them are. So is yoga something you have to start with at an early age and grow into it, or can you join it as a senior?
Oh, I think any age is the right age to start.
The right
yoga.
age, okay.
Any age is the right age. And I'm glad you brought that up because, we don't want people to feel intimidated. We want them to feel welcomed, and we do our very best to make sure they feel welcome. But, we're not prepping for Cirque du Soleil. It's a very basic movements, and we really focus on the meditation, kind of stilling the mind first, getting quiet, just working on the meditation first. And then we start with some, moving meditation, some yoga poses. And so, no, it's not anything that's, super difficult. And we can always make some, alterations too, give some options, some different variation props. If someone, maybe doesn't have that flexibility, that's no problem. But we just promise that everybody who's there are very friendly and welcoming. Yogis are kind people, and we promise you'll feel welcome. Just show up and we'll make sure you enjoy yourself.
Well, I know when Tuesday and Thursday nights at the Breathe Yoga at the Family Services building, this is the second level. Just pull up around back on top and you'll find the sign right there. And then also there's a Saturday morning class. So we have classes available for sure, and we really want people to get into these classes, especially if you start to make your New Year's plans. You're not that far away, and get ahead of it. And this just is going to make you feel good. So if you're already in this mode where life is good, good, you got no problems, you got no worries, then yoga's not for you. But if you want to kind of like balance yourself off and try to stretch yourself and maybe get to new dimensions where you just feel comfortable and safe, secure, confident, flexible, it does so much for you. I know as you age, you tend to think that I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do that. And you know, look at the bloomers out there. That's a large market of people. So let's talk about the seniors and the benefit to seniors of yoga. Who wants to take that question? Joanne?
I would like to share this. I think yoga is someone thinking about us. It's just not a philosophy or theory or anything that you have to believe. But this kind of requires a practice, like be here and now. By practicing your experiments, this is a science that exact science, like you work with your body in order to train the old to become new by practicing. But in our class, like back into the senior, we welcome every age is the right age. So we have chair yoga, we have blocks, we have strap, we have everything, the same benefit. But we always make sure that asking you, have you been practice yoga before? So we know we practice so from step 1, 2, 3, 4, and then into the body. But one thing is about a yoga is to help you to be here. You don't have to regret or sadness about past. You don't have to be anxious about the future. You can't, because you have always focused on practicing here and now.
You know, you breathe. That's great, Joanne. Breathe yoga, it brings in that meditation and physical part of yoga also, because as Lisa said earlier today, they go hand in hand. So it's really good to talk about that. You know, as a senior, going into a class like that, you've been conditioned your whole life to feel that no pain, no gain. Now, Lisa, let's talk about that with yoga.
Yeah, that is not a philosophy with yoga. No pain, no gain. That is not our philosophy. We want to get people to their edge, to challenge yourself a little bit, but no pain. We're not into that. And I think there's just so much benefit too. I know we've spoken about this before, the breath work. We start to teach some breathing exercises, different techniques that you can take off the mat. If you're feeling stressed or, especially like we talked about, holidays are coming up and some people feel anxious or just those big to-do lists. But we like to send you out with some skills that you can use off the mat. You're standing in line at the grocery store, or you're going, you're backed up by the train, and you can just go in, drop into those breathing techniques that we've practiced at Breathe Yoga. And that's really our goal, to give you some skills that you can use when you're with us and then when you're away from us.
Well, I know you talked before, Lisa, about the benefits of breathing, and seeing that in a lot of other non-yoga related fields, medical fields, breathing, yes. Psychiatry, looking at some of the breathing exercises that they have there. So that's a skill that we do it so often, so much every day. But, breathing and taking that deep breath and letting it out.
And from the belly, so much of the time as we get older, as adults, we, just start breathing in that upper, diaphragm, or just the shallow breathing. So we really train you to come back to the belly, just like the babies did. They're taking belly breaths, the deep breaths, and that's where all the benefit is, just filling your lungs with that prana and the proper breathing, getting back to what was instinctive when we were newborns, but then life just got us busy and we, have this anxiety. So we want to teach you the proper breathing techniques from the belly, filling up the belly on the inhale, like you're blowing up a balloon, and then exhale, we're contracting that down. And the more you practice, it just becomes like a muscle memory, and you just have that skill with you all day, every day at your disposal.
Now, how does yoga, first of all, we're talking body and mind, and how does it clear the mind? Does it focus you? Does it put you in a certain area? Do you have a space you go to? How does it clear your mind? I mean, and I know this is tough to explain, but because it's going to be different for everybody, but it's like taking an eraser and just erasing a board and saying, okay, we're going to try something new here. And how do you get rid of all the bad stuff?
Good questions. our mind, I think that most of the problem is thinking too much. And from the thinking too much, and it makes us to add an emotion, and then from the emotion, and we react, and then to do out things. For meditation and yoga is you just sit quiet, you just hear, and now, and just focus on your breaths. Just like Lisa mentioned, breath in and out, in and out. When you focus on that, you don't think in anything else. Well, of course, during the process, you will have a thought like going to order about a bill or to pick something to pick up. But just acknowledge that is awareness. That the yoga and meditation teach you aware of your thought, and then send love and let it go, just like the cloud. Just go away, and then keep going. But since you attain to a level of theta, down and deep, that's a truly freedom of all the past and the freedom of all the future, but just now. And then only now is a real reality, because every moment that you focus on the present moment, you truly live your life in each moment.
Well, set yourself free.
Amen.
I love that. That's freedom. Hey, listen, we're going to set you guys free. Continue. We're going to take a break right now, so go out there and continue your morning chill. We'll be right back with more When Things Aren't Going Well, right here on 1360 AM, 90.9 FM, KSCJ.
Welcome back to When Things Aren't Going Well on KSCJ. Here's Art Silva.
Welcome back to When Things Aren't Going Well. I'm Art Silva, along with Joanne Keene and Lisa Corbett from Breathe Yoga, and we're talking yoga. The first half of our show, we kind of reframed it in some of the benefits from yoga. We got rid of some of the misnomers out there, misconceptions regarding do I have to be a yoga from high school on to be successful in this? Can I go as a senior? Can I be a novice? Can I just start a program? And all as come on in and see us. And I think Joanne and Lisa did a great job. So the second half of the show, we're going to talk about some of their experiences with yoga, because we want to make sure that if you have any fear, we want to attack what's keeping you from showing up. The fee, it's a free will offering every class. The studio facility is brand new. We have the equipment for you. You don't need the equipment. So there we've taken care of the cash. We've taken care of the equipment. All we need is you. So with that, I'm going to ask Joanne and Lisa, when a person first comes to yoga, do you ask them, what are you here for? Joanne?
The first question that we will ask you if you show up at the door, why are you here? I think sometimes the why, it would be trigger that the purpose, why do you show up at the studio? So why are you here? And the second question is, what is your challenge with you? Mental, physical? And so we know, so we can guide you into the expectation that you look for, you seek for. Of course, everyone show up at something. They have to have a question, why I'm here, and what is the challenge of my time right now.
Lisa, you want to add to that? Why are you here? What do you do when you first kick this class off? What are your expectations?
Yes, and I think it's even if we ask those questions, and you can just bring that up yourself. Maybe you don't have to speak it out loud if you don't feel comfortable sharing, but just bringing those questions to your mind, like what are you seeking? Because obviously, if you came, there is something that you would like to work on, and we would love to support you in that journey, whatever that might be. So whatever you'd like to share or not share is fine, but it really is nice to be introspective, to really think why have awareness again, and yes, just
we are here to help you
we are
completely,
absolutely
with love, and yes, like Art mentioned that we just free will donation, and we have a clean and nice and new equipments like mat, blocks, pillows, everything. Just bring yourself. Here is a space of create a space. We have a space of loving, kind, and support each other.
I love your classes. They're 5:30 on Tuesday and Thursdays. Again, it's at the Boys and Girls Home Family Services Building, the new Jenny Peterson Behavioral Health Campus on Indian Hills Drive. Come around, drive up top, park, easy parking, plenty of parking, and come on in. I think you'll be surprised. So we're trying to overcome that fear and try to answer the question, why aren't you here? This is such a great deal. So with that, let's go to some of your success stories. Have you brought up a client that that came in maybe a novice, didn't know anything, and now is one of your brightest students? And don't tell me that they're 17.
No, I'm thinking of one person in particular that we just adore, and she was new to yoga, and had never done it before, but was kind of wanting to work on herself, mentally and physically, and so she learned about us and came, and it was just so neat because it's not no pain, no gain, but I mean, you do see a change in your body. Like you think, hey, it's easier to reach up and get something out of the cabinet than it was a few weeks ago. Or, I can bend over and tie my shoes a little easier. Those are small wins that I think really are a big deal. It really shows that, you've put some work in and it's made a difference. And she, she's like, even when I'm washing dishes at home, I'll try that tree pose you guys showed me. And I feel like I'm getting better. And, we check in and she likes to come a little early. And that's something else I wanted to mention is class begins at 5:30 Tuesday and Thursday. But, we're usually there like half an hour early. And some people, they're really drawn to come early and just maybe to sit on the mat. We've got the beautiful aroma, and like you're saying, it's a brand new clean room, all the equipment. It's just, the lighting is nice, the music is perfect. And so people are like, is it okay if we come a few minutes and we just sit here and just, kind of get in that right headspace? And we're like, of course, we welcome that. But she's just somebody who pops into my mind right away. And it was cute. She recently switched jobs too. And she said, well, when I was interviewing, I had to make sure, now I have yoga on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And that's really important to me. And luckily it was a young company and they said, mental wellness is great. And,
that's so good to hear. So good to hear. Thank you out
that.
there. Appreciate those execs and management that saw that. It is so good to hear that. We always talk about the quality of life in Siouxland, and I think that we provide, as a community, very good mental health services. You have Catholic Charities that's involved in that. We look at the Siouxland mental health area. Across the river, you have Heartland counseling. There's a lot of services out there, and when you have this problem, being successful in this area is when you intervene, because then people don't see the problem, because you're stepping up and you're getting it ahead of it being a problem. And we have excellent mental health services in this community. So I think that's something that we need to toot our horn about, a little more. And I think yoga, what I love about yoga is, and this is what's pushing me over the fence, I control it. I do what I want to do. I'm not going to have to come home tired. It's not like going out and cutting the grass. You've been out there for a couple hours. This is something, and I think, Joanne, you touched on it, and the word was awaken. When you start to focus, you awaken yourself to other things around you in your life that become more manageable and less stressful. And this is what we're striving for. Joanne?
And I would like to add more with Lisa and Art too. So one thing, the joy as instructors that we see is the most wonderful and happy that we see that because each one of us, not only one single story person, but all the yogi who comes to the studio, that they discover the old have to die instead of reveal, the new health, the new image, the new mind, the new feeling. That is the only practice. You have to practice. You don't have to believe in anything, any theory, but yourself. And I really encourage you, with the courage, come and practice 60 minutes with us. You will see the old self transform into the new self of healthy, a good mind, and good feeling, good mood, and awareness.
Well, this has been really good. Love having you ladies in here and talking about this. So I think we're going to really push Breathe Yoga for the benefits it provides this community. We're going to grow our classes, go out to companies and see if they would like to bring in people. You've got two great instructors here that are in it for the right reasons. They are very, very dedicated to yoga. Just came out of a dream. And I say the right reasons, they live it. They just don't, talk it, they walk it. And they share that with everybody. And I think the key word here is love. And that word love goes very well with our organization because we have a lot of young kids that we work with. So I want to thank you too. But before that, we always end every show with a joke. So here we go, our joke for the week, and here we go. Why would the skeleton not ride the roller coaster? He had no guts.
I love it.
Thanks, Joanne, Lisa, and our listening audience. I'm going to do a shout-out. Catholic Charities, their expansion project. Executive Director Amy Blau and his staff provide services over a large area of the state of Iowa. And congratulations to them. Absolutely wonderful organization. And again, getting back to resources in the Siouxland community that help with mental wellness. And Catholic Charities is right there. Boys and Girls Home and Family Services is hiring teachers and therapists. Call our HR manager, Bob Nielsen, at 293-4700. The Stuffed Thrift Teak, now looking for part-time help. Call Bob Nielsen again at 293-4700. Bob's a very busy person. So when things aren't going well, we'll return next Saturday morning right here at 1360 AM, 90.9 FM, KSCJ. Your homework, go out and have a good laugh. Be kind to your mind.
Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Happy trails to you till we meet again.
For more information on the services provided by Boys and Girls Home and Family Services, see them online at boysandgirlshomeiowa.org. Or you can call 712-293-4700 to get more information about family services, residential treatment, the Opportunity School, the Siouxland Family Center, and more. At Boys and Girls Home and Family Services, we change lives.